Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Lightfall Season of the Wish intel. And in this video, I'm going to be taking you through this week's Nightfall and GM Nightfall, which once again is the Heist Battleground Moon. This is one of the more difficult Nightfalls in the current rotation. If you can get this Nightfall done this week, you will have a chance to earn yourself the Braytech Osprey rocket launcher. And of course, if you can complete it at the GM difficulty while attaining a platinum score, you will guarantee yourself the Adept version of the Braytech Osprey. Rockets are still currently in the Champions meta, and the Braytech can run with some great rolls, so you never want to miss out on an opportunity to acquire this particular legendary rocket launcher. As I said, the Heist Battleground is one of the more difficult Nightfalls in the current rotation, but there are plenty of glitches, tips, and tricks, especially one for the boss that I think are going to help out every solo player or person running this in a group. The first glitch I want to talk about is for the first major room of ads. You can actually get up onto the ceiling in this room. It's not the easiest jump to do, though I think it's actually easier done on a hunter, which is probably going to be the go-to solo class for this particular Nightfall, especially if you're running it at the GM difficulty, or if you're doing it as a solo player on any difficulty, including GM. The bleed from all the enemies down below will not come through the floor, so as long as you're up here, you're in the safe spot. You can shoot down on any corner in order to take out any of the ads, including the champions. As you notice, I was using the Malfeasance for this particular run. That's because everything in here is Scorn, and Malfeasance actually does more damage to Scorn as well, something that I don't think a lot of people know. The two strategies and the go-to methods, other than jumping up onto the roof, is to stay by the door as the enemies spawn in. This is great if you have a Well of Radiance, if you're doing it in a group. Or you can go to the opposite side of the room and plant a Well of Radiance behind these two boxes. Make sure that you're behind the boxes so your well doesn't actually get broken by the champions that can rush you a little bit on this side of the room. But you're a little bit more in the action on this side versus being a little bit safer on the opposite, as you can always retreat back through the door and the enemies will not chase you. This way you can get mobbed, though you have a little bit better vantage point on all the ads spawning in. The next area is going to be for the spot where you have to open the door by shooting the runes with the lasers. First of all, make sure you get to the top of the doorway as you come in. And you should be able to take out 2.5 runes with each laser. That means 2 and a bit on the third one. So if you've done this right, you should be able to get through this whole area only using 2 lasers. It's great to be quick about this because you can also get a reload of heavy ammo at the end of this particular spot before you actually enter the boss room. So make sure that you're using your heavy ammo for this section so you don't waste any time, as you will get it back. This is going to be a great spot for your Invis Hunter if you have one on your fire team, or if you're a solo player, this is where the Invis Hunter is really going to come in handy. Onto the boss room, and what I think is probably one of the best boss glitches in the current Nightfall rotation. As you can get to the top of this room, is there is a very high ceiling. There's no turnback barrier, and you can actually traverse the entirety of the boss room from the top of the map. There's plenty of ways up to the top. As you can see, this was from the back side of the room, or where the boss spawns in, or where the chest will be spawning in, but you can actually get to the top from the front of the room, so you don't have to run past the boss, as you will have to descend down in order to deposit the batteries at some point. So this is a great spot for at least one phase of damage, or during the boss damage phases. The tricky part comes when you have to come down and deposit the batteries. There is a battery duplication glitch, which I think revolves around you dropping the battery right before you're about to deposit it, or the opposite, as those are always the two ways that you can duplicate a battery, so try both. But in any case, if you're doing this as a solo player, again, the Hunter Invis is going to come in really handy. If you're on a different class, this might be a spot where you want to drop a Well of Radiance as soon as you drop down onto the boss platform, hopefully right by where you will be depositing the batteries. But overall, this is a great vantage point for solo players and groups. Make sure that if you do jump up on the side where the boss is spawning in, that you don't go too far forward. As you can see, our teammate had actually died from a invis kill barrier that is fairly close to where you have to jump up, at least if you're on that side of the map. And if they do die there, you will not be able to spawn them back in. So I would actually recommend always making the jump from the side of the room where you enter versus the side of the room where the boss is. But take out the enemies that hold the batteries from the top, then jump down, hopefully when you have at least a couple of them on the floor, in between when the ads are spawning, as you can kind of delay the ad spawn so long as you don't kill everything in the room. Best way to go about doing it. And then, as you saw here, I was actually solo at this point, and I was able to still take out most of the ads and plant the batteries as a solo player on the GM difficulty simply by throwing down a Well of Radiance. Having that retreat spot up top really helps out a lot, and if you are doing this in a group, of course you can just keep both of your teammates up there to give you cover. And that's going to be it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Hopefully you can get your hands on an Adept version of the Braytech Osprey this week. I'm going to let all the glitches play out again so you can watch them without me talking, but I'm going to ask you to please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the bell, the post notifications, so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 Lightfall content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. Any of those things really help out the channel, and they will also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel, and we do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. And of course, when we reach 100,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away an Xbox Series X or a video card of equivalent value. We just reached 75,000 subscribers, so we're well on the way to 100K. And if you stick around till the end of this video, as I said, I'll have all the glitches replay. I will have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into the next giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, I do those secret hashtags on all videos. So if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. Thanks so much for watching to this point. Once again, I am Wilhelm Scream, and we will see you at the end of the video for that secret hashtag. And thanks so much for watching once again. Also wanted to give a big shout out to my buddy Sinister for always helping me with all these videos. So if you've watched till this point, please leave a hashtag Lightfall, or a hashtag Season of the Wish, or a hashtag Sinister, or a hashtag Nightfall, or GM Nightfall in the comments section down below. Any of those things will enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel. And of course, once more, I am Wilhelm Scream. We will see you next time.